Hi, Chuck. I have a riddle for you. What does the Cleveland Museum of Natural History have in common with the Cleveland Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame? Give up? That's where all the fossils are. And you're going in there too. Congratulations, Chuck. Couldn't happen to a greater guy. And I hope I'm with you there someday. Have a great one.
We're rolling here, obviously. Oh God, Chuck. Of course. Hello. I have to write everything down because it's been a long time we've known each other. I remember I started here. I was 18 years old, 1981, and it's like still pretty amazing to me when I think about all those years ago. And I remember one night, I think it was like a Friday night, I was working, and this big booming voice, you, comes bouncing into master control, and I was dubbing some commercials. And I think that was the first time we met. It was probably in November of '81, and you just talked to me, and I thought, wow, what a nice guy. And here you are. You were already a legend in Cleveland then, and it was just one of those things that I thought, what a cool guy, and then over the years, as we got to know each other more, I discovered what a great person you are. I mean, you would give your shirt off your back to anybody, and I think people should really appreciate you because, you're one of the true legends in the business. God, I hate that word, legend, but you are, you fit the criteria. So I just wanted to say that. Something, over the years, you've been like my big brother. And of course, you've given me lots of good advice, and I chose to follow some, and others I didn't. We know what that is between you and me. So I appreciate you for being there for me, for being my big brother that I never had. So it means a lot to me. Something, that, you take a ribbing for food, but you know what? Hey, you know what? You love food, and it's like I love people that love food, and you love life, and that's what it's all about. But my warmest memory, of course, will be the time a couple of years ago over at Crown Center when you were at the microwave and getting your little budget gourmet, and I walked out of the kitchen for a minute. I went to get my coffee cup, came back, and there you were on your knees on the floor. It had done a complete 180 and flipped over. You're down there salvaging it, scraping up your food. I never laughed so hard in my life. It took me an hour to get settled down that afternoon. I just, every time I thought about it, I kept laughing. Went in my studio, I burst out laughing. I mean, I was down on the floor. My gut hurt so bad from laughing. And I thought, that's one of the things that that's something out of WKRP that, real radio incidents that happen, and I appreciate that. And of course the infamous Christmas party at the Tavern of Richfield years ago under Harold Hansen. Chuck, how you doing today? I'm in detox right now. But you with your plate, and actually 2 plates of shrimp that were piled sky high, and you still had room for the prime rib that night. I mean, it just blew me away. But we've had a lot of good times, and I just, appreciate all of it. And, this business would not be the same without you. It would, past people that have worked here, we know who they are, they'll remain nameless, but you've always made every day fun. Every day you get me to crack a smile, and I really appreciate that. And I wish everybody could see the real you. Of course, wouldn't be allowed on the radio under FCC guidelines, but anyhow, just wanted to say that. And of course, some days we're both in the hospital bed with drool cups to our side. I'll have a smile on my face, and I'll be thinking of all these warm times that we've had together. And of course, the record gigs, which we did a few of those, were a blast as well. It's all been a great time. You've just made life wonderful, and as Bob would say, thanks for the memories, and many more memories yet to come. Thanks, Chuck. I love you, brother. That's it. Mr. Flogga, yeah. We're here today to honor Chuck for 35 years in broadcasting.
He's still alive? Yes, indeed. Think it over, baby. Diana Ross up front doing the lead with the Supremes and number 10 on the Hot Wax Countdown for this Wednesday. Going back to May 4th of 1965 and Stop in the Name of Love. Hi, everybody. Good you could join us. Good looking day. The time is 8 minutes after noon, and we get back to number 9, 18 years ago. One of the first groups of the British invasion. Next.
Last night,
We brown bag it together 9 minutes after noon on 1220 WGAR. Now, May 4th of 1965 happened to fall on a Tuesday, and boy, it was like summertime. Weather back then was cloudy with a high of 81 on that day. On the front page, 60 Army paratroopers arrived in Saigon as part of a 3,500-member contingent assigned to security duties to free Vietnamese guards for combat. A U.S. aide says the South is winning the war. Back in those days, it was just beginning to escalate. On the sporting page, the Indians were winning. Indians 7 wins and 6 losses for a .538 percentage, and right smack dab in the middle at 5th place in the American League. On the countdown, number 9 was by the Rolling Stones. Mick Jagger doing the lead and one of their biggest, The Last Time. Number 9, there's no doubt about that. Number 9, if you're keeping score with us on our 1220 GAR Hot Wax Countdown from May 4th of 1965, the Rolling Stones. I guess really, as far as longevity, they've been around about as long as anybody that started in the British invasion. And the last time at